All right, y'all, welcome to our YouTube channel. Nate and I have decided that, we've been married for 10 years, and while our marriage is not perfect, there are many areas that we are still working on. We just feel like we have some things that have helped us over the last 10 years that we hope will help someone else. Um, and then also as we go through, these different discussions, we feel like just having to have the discussion here will also help us as well. So the purpose of these videos is really kind of twofold. Hope to help you all, and we also help to just continue to work on ourselves in the different areas that we need to. Um, so yeah, we've been married for 10 years. We've actually been together since 2006. So however many years that is, I don't even know. I can't even do the math right now, but a long time. A long time. And so yeah, so the first topic that we want to talk about this week is around kind of like acceptance and the thought that, you know, I feel like a lot of people get into a relationship, marriage, and they really make it their mission to change their spouse, or to they make it's like a project, like this is going to be my project. And so we just kind of wanted to share how that has manifested within our relationship and where we are right now. Would you like to say, you want to kick off, say anything, or
Nope.
You want me to start?
Yeah, you got
it. Okay, so yeah, honestly speaking, I feel like when we not even I don't know if I really felt that way when we were dating, but I do remember kind of feeling that way once we got married. It was like, okay, I don't like these things about Nate. He needs to change them. I'm gonna make him change them. Um, and I don't even know if it was like that explicit in my head, but I know that I did certain actions that was communicating that. Um, and I really felt like it was like it was kind of like a I don't know, like I was kind of like possessed by it. Like, he needs to be this way in order for us to work. Like, it's not going to work if he's not this way. And that did work. That did work. There was a lot of arguments. There's not a negativity that came from that, and things are much different for me now, 10 years in. And I think there's a couple things. One, we have kids now, and a lot of time and energy goes into the kids, and I don't have the time and energy to try to mold him into something else, right? Like, I don't have the time and energy anymore, like to devote that as my life's mission. And also, which is the biggest part of this, is that, like, there would be times where I would just be praying, like, God, can you just handle this? Like, you see what he's doing, like, can you change him? And time again, the message that I got back from God was like, let me handle him. Like, you need to worry about you. And it was really just kind of like a conviction where it was like, what am I doing to either contribute to whatever it was? Like, what am I doing to contribute to a certain atmosphere that I didn't like? But also, like, I'm not perfect. I have flaws. I have areas that I can grow in. So it's like, use your energy on you. Use your energy to make you a better person, and let God handle Nate in whatever way that God thinks that Nate should be handled, right? Like, God created us each uniquely on purpose. And so it's like, maybe Nate doesn't need to change that. Maybe Nate is that way because that way is going to help me be better, right? So it's just like, that's kind of where I am now with that. It's like, worry about me. And when I worry about me, the stuff that Nate does that used to bother me, it doesn't bother me as much anymore. And again, I'm not saying that, like, that I'm perfect in this, or that we're perfect in this, but it's just more of, this is the thought process. This is how my thoughts have adapted over the last 10 years. And I think that is a more it's just a better way to move forward. Just kind of valuing each other's differences in a way that is respectful, and understanding that God created us both in different ways, and that was on purpose.
Thanks for sharing. It's good information. Is this PG? Or are we? How real are we keeping this here?
Go
Should I
ahead.
curse or not?
Try not to curse.
Try not to curse.
Yeah.
Shit. All right. Whew. Well, how does this start? How do I start this off? My expectations for marriage. I thought there would be more connection and understanding and intimacy, and not so much, I guess, conflict and business talk. So we, in my opinion, are two completely opposite people as it pertains to our personalities, our upbringing, the way we operate, etc., etc. And that's great when you're dating because you see everything that you're not, and it kind of draws you to that person because you want to learn some of the things that you're not good at, and you see some of the things that they do, and you want to change yourself. But when you live together and you see each other every day and you have to deal with each other in ways that you don't normally deal with each other, it kind of creates a conflict. Now you're all constantly thinking about, like, okay, she does this one way. I think she should do it a different way. Why do you do it this way? It's like, and then it's like, well, I do it this way because of this. And why are you asking me this question? Little differences like that can go a long way towards putting a wedge into your relationship, and it's something that I struggle with still. Um, my whole thing is, for me, I want to be connected in a way where we don't even have to communicate. It's like certain things should just be understood, and my wife loves to talk and discuss and analyze and dissect every syllable that comes out of my mouth. So it then, creates a barrier, and it makes you kind of fight each other instead of communicating. So part of what I do is I try to give her space to do the things that she needs to do, especially with the kids, where we definitely have a different opinion, and I guess maybe we have the same philosophies in general, but we have two different opinions on how to approach certain situations. So there's times where I can see that the kids are giving her the blues, and I want to come in and drop the hammer and tell everybody to be quiet, but I have to be mindful of her relationship and give her the space to handle the situation the way that she wants to. So I may have to leave the house or go somewhere else to not be present, but just giving her space to, parent the way that she wants to is something that I've been trying to do. Um, I think it's important for everybody to, feel respected and accepted. And, even though I may not like it or I may disagree with it, but I have to respect the fact that that's the best decision that she has in her mind. So giving her the space to be herself is one way of I've been able to create this space of acceptance. Um, what else? How much time we got? Because I can go for a while. She went back to the beginning where she said when we first got married, she wanted to mold me and change me into this what I'm supposed to be in her eyes. I can see that stuff, like I'm like, yo, I like that makes me want to resist you. It's like this is a Christian channel. She's trying to say, oh, you need to be the way that I want to be. I'm like, no, I'm gonna be the way I want to be. Like, why don't you be the way I want you to be? You know, um, and I don't know what my idea of marriage was. I only really had one example of marriage. It was my aunt and uncle, and my uncle was a basement dwelling drunk, but he got up and went to work. He cut his grass, and he did things, and his wife left him alone for the most part. But that's what we see. Marriage is not what the movies show us. There's the behind the scenes and the director's cut of movies for a reason, because it takes the tough conversations and the hard work and the people hanging from the ladders to make everything look right, but it takes the work behind the scenes for things to actually be good. So my advice to any couple is have the hard conversations, be as honest as possible, and try to put your feelings aside, and look in the mirror sometimes. It may not be the right words, but maybe there's a message in there, that there's something that you're doing that maybe that you should think about it, and maybe you need to change.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, those are all good points, and I hope that we shared enough kind of like realness with you all, because yeah, you see Facebook and Instagram and the lovey-dovey things, but there's a lot of work that's being done behind the scenes that people don't see and that you don't see, and that you might just feel like you're going through something and you're the only person going through that in the marriage, and it's like a lot of people are going through that in the marriage. It's just not talked about. And so hopefully this episode, I guess, helped. Um, if you all have questions, comments, things you want us to touch on, please just drop the comments here on the channel or on the Facebook group or Facebook page, or DM us or whatever, and we'll try to address them. And I think even with even with this conversation today, I think we both probably said some things that we haven't said to each other before, or that we heard a little bit differently. So again, I think this is therapeutic for us as well. So we just want, we want to help you out. We want to help us so that we can continue to grow, and you all can too. So
yeah, I didn't even want to do this. I'm not gonna lie. She sprung this on me 2 hours ago. Hey, you want to do the video today?
No,
I was like, it's my day off. I got all these plans in my head.
We don't have no kids. We gotta get the video done, right?
Anyway, I didn't want to do it, but once the lights came on, I feel I came alive. So it's another way. I'm gonna lie, I was uncomfortable. I'm not used to things like this. I'm private, even though I think I know a lot of people. A lot of people know me socially, but kind of private for the most part. So this is kind of out of my comfort zone, and it took me a little bit of encouraging to do this for the people. So
For the people.
yeah.
Thanks, babe.
You're welcome.
All right, y'all. Next time. See ya.